This is Spanish 2, Family and Community, Vocabulary Words 26 through 30. Now I'm going to say each of these 5 words in English, Spanish, and then clap, and I'd like you to repeat. Here we go. 26. On foot, a pie. On foot, a pie. By bus, en autobús. By bus, en autobús. By plane, en avión. By plane, en avión. 29. By boat, en barco. By boat, en barco. 30. By bicycle, en bicicleta. By bicycle, en bicicleta. Or a shorter version, by bicycle, en bici. By bicycle, en bici. Okay? Now, the first thing I want you to notice is N. N means in or on. You climb into a bus, you climb into an airplane, you climb into or onto a boat, you climb onto a bicycle. Now, you don't climb into your feet and you don't climb onto your feet. So, on foot is different. It's a pie. Anytime you're getting in something or on something, it's going to be N. Now, we've talked before about how pie is foot. We talked about, well, you came home and your mom and dad have been baking and you stepped into the kitchen and squish, your foot went into a pie. And you're like, oh no, I got pie all over my feet. My foot is in a pie. So pie is foot, and a pie means by foot. Okay, like voy a la tienda a pie. I'm going to the store on foot or by foot. Now, 27, by bus. See the word bus, autobús, okay? So, notice the accent mark, okay? If there were no accent mark there, in Spanish we'd stress the next to less vowel, and we'd say autobús. Accent marks help us put the emphasis on the right syllable. Let me say that again. Accent marks help us to put the emphasis on the right syllable. In Spanish, we always stress the next to last vowel. Barco, bicicleta, amigo. But an accent mark means, hey, don't stress the next to last vowel, stress me. It's an arrow saying stress me. Now, how are we going to remember that plane or airplane is avión? Well, everybody say aviation. Aviation. Aviation has to do with airplanes, okay? Also, if you've heard of aviator glasses, they're glasses worn by pilots. So, since aviation means airplane, en avión means by airplane. Now, boat is barco, okay? Now, think about this for a second. What did American Indians make their boats out of? Bark. Somebody say bark. Bark, now say barco. Also, now say barge. Barge. A barge is a type of working boat. Okay? Also, back in the old days, if there was an embargo, we wouldn't let boats come into our country. So think of a barge, think about bark, boats made out of bark, or embargo. Barco is boat. And finally, bicycle is bicicleta. I hope she lets me have a bike. See the word let and a bike? Now, just like in English, most people don't say, I rode my bicycle. They say, I rode my bike. In Spanish, most people don't say en bicicleta. They shorten it down to en bici. Okay? Now, let me cover up these 5 words in Spanish. Now I'd like you to take a sheet of paper, look at these 5 words in English and try to write them down in Spanish. And if you don't have access to paper, look at these 5 words in English and say them in Spanish. Okay, this has been Spanish 2, Family and Community, Vocab 26 through 30.